Hi! So far in the Family History 102 tutorial, we found a missing grandfather, Johnny Josits. We've used documentation to link his line directly to ours. Even though we couldn't find Johnny's birth certificate and his exact birth date, we were able to find Johnny's father, Albert Josits. In this tutorial, we're going to find Albert's exact birth date using the same type of documentation and verification that we used to find Johnny's birth certificate, or lack of birth certificate. This census is from 1940. We see Albert Josits and Stephen. We also have Albert's general birth year. It says place of birth. And this is where you actually start jumping back into Europe, which is the entire point of these tutorials. What is it like finding your ancestors in Europe? Now on this, Albert lists himself as being from Hungary. We know that Albert immigrated. So just to kind of look at the family and verify what we already know. Albert was Stephen's father. Yes. The age is pretty much the same. But it lists, instead of Hungary, it says Austria, Germany. Now, if you haven't actually studied the history of your ancestors, this is the time that you need to jump in. I happen to know that Hungary was actually part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. So it wasn't Austria, Germany, it was actually Austria-Hungary. There could be political issues that make him not want to say he's from Hungary, just as down the line there could be political issues that make him want to say he's not German, which is why he would list Hungary as his only country of origin. At any rate, we know that we have Stephen here, who was born in Illinois, so that's verified. We see the year that they immigrated, so we can go back and we can start checking immigration records. And the reason to check immigration records is to be able to find a birth city. We talked about those three important facts: name, birth date, birth city. So the information you can really get off of a census, and you need to check more than one. I can't emphasize that strongly enough. You should check more than one census. The information you get is family relations, general age, state of birth, or country of origin. I'm going to ignore Johnny at this point, so I'm going to look under any, and I'm going to look for Albert. So based on the censuses, we know that he was born somewhere in the 1800s. And this very first entry says that he was born in 1878, and the very next entry says that he was born in 1879. But we want a very specific birth date. Now, the 1915 census, they apparently were taking information a little bit differently, because it says that he was born in September of 1878. You go down to the very next document, just kind of looking at all the documents available, and it says specifically the 19th of September, 1878. So we're going to look at this World War II draft card. Once we verified all the information, of course, if we had our free account, we could just attach him to our family tree, and it would ask you where you want to attach him, I assume, and just pop him right in there and connect him. And if other people had made connections to Albert, cousins or uncles or aunts, then all of that would fill into your family tree automatically, so you wouldn't even need to look for those people. So let's view the original document. This is in his writing, and it lists his birth date as 9/19/1879. So that right there is very specific. All right, so just to review, we've gone back 3 generations. We went from grandma to great-grandpa Johnny to great-great-grandpa Albert. We have general birth dates on all of them, and we have a specific birth date on Albert. There's only one more piece of information we need to trace Albert back to Europe. Like I said, name, birth date, and city of origin. In the next tutorial, I'm going to talk about one of the places you can actually find a specific city.